Good evening, everybody, as we welcome you to what should be another exciting race from the Palmetto Racing League as they kick off their season opener here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Should be a pretty competitive race tonight as we get some shots there of the track. Drivers loading in, taken out to the field for practice, get geared up for 15 minutes of practice. There was a change that was made. It was voted on by the league. They decided to go from having open qualifying and everybody out on the track at the same time for 5 minutes of qual time to a lone qualifier. So each competitor will get 2 laps out on the track, and their best lap time will determine their gridding spot tonight. So it's one of the changes that was made recently, and shouldn't really affect much. May affect lap times slightly, just because there won't be much draft going on, which for a small track like Myrtle Beach here, you're not doing much drafting anyway. It's mainly making sure you hold your line and steer clear of everybody and try to take advantage of an opportunity as they come, because there'll be more opportunities here at this track than most of your short tracks. So versus somewhere like Martinsville where it's even smaller and the lanes are tighter. So as we get a look at the track here, some of the drivers out there getting warmed up, we will go ahead with our race introduction and get that stuff out of the way here. So this is week 1 season opener tonight at Myrtle Beach Speedway here. See the temps there on the screen. Dew point, slight wind gust out there tonight, not too terrible, as these guys look to take to the track here shortly. We will get all of our introductory stuff out of the way first. We will go ahead and also, as many of you are aware, we did hold 2 preseason races that allotted for some chance for some bonus points there. 15 points going to first place, 10 going to second, and 5 going to third place. So, and everyone else got 2 just for showing up. Had some good showings on those 2 preseasons, and as a result, we do have some drivers up on the point standings here. This is the point standings after both preseason races were concluded. And right now we are looking at Christian Shriver in the 14 car there with the lead in 20 points. Zachary Audit following right behind him in that 40 machine with 15 points. Tied for third and might as well say second, Aaron Vogt there in the number 2. He's got 15 points as well. Kyle Simmons with 7. Stephen Gall with 5. Doyle Boyd with 4. Brent Thompson also with 4. And Billy Brewer with 2. Joseph Thibodeau with 2. Ricky in the 11 machine there, he's got 2. Gunnar Fix with 2. And Drew Holleran in that 3 machine with 2 points as well. Let's get that off the screen now and take a couple of glances around the track here. As you can see, thankfully Myrtle Beach Speedway does have some night lighting, so this will be a night race. As you can tell, you got the sunset view back there in the background.
Everybody got a clear copy on race control.
As we see some of our lap times on the leaderboard right now during practice.
10-4, I got you. Copy, appreciate you.
Looks like our newcomer for the night there.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Make sure I get his name right there. Justin Harris in that 7 machine right now has the fastest lap for practice currently. We'll see how that changes as things shift, and let's go ahead and shift our focus a little bit here to some of the action out there on the track. We'll get up some track map for you there, and also some driver details so you know who we're looking at here currently. Some of these guys take out there to the track to get things going.
Hey Justin, where are you from?
North Carolina.
I'm Justin.
Liven up the track sound a little bit.
Ooh, got a little wide,
Couple of drivers out there sounding like they might already be having a little bit of issues out on the track. It's a different track. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure many of you may remember seeing us run it back in season 1 in the Gen 6 cars. That was back when we had two main drivers running, myself and Aaron Vogt there of that number 2 machine out on the track. You will see his paint scheme tonight as 22. It's just one that he traditionally runs, especially in the Panther StreetStock there. He and I have run this track in the Gen 6s with a bunch of AI, and man, let me tell you, that is not a ideal situation. I'm sure these guys are probably much more stoked than we were to be out here running it with the actual humans instead of AI. Previous broadcast, we had a broadcast group handling a lot of our broadcast at that point in time, and they kept referring to it as the AI revolution. They always wanted to see us humans come out on top, and sometimes we did, and sometimes we just couldn't pull it off. The AI is very unpredictable, so it's nice to be able to see humans out here on the track. Definitely more than 2 makes things a lot more interesting, and things a lot more competitive as well. So should be a good race tonight. We're gonna hope for not as many cautions. I expect there to be a few. But we're going to hope for the best in that situation. This is a 125 lap race, so as you've seen earlier, about just over a half-mile track. So 125 laps without many cautions should go relatively quick. But really, it's just going to depend. If you get out here and you spend a lot of time overdriving the track and pushing the car past its limits. Tire wear is a real thing here at this track, and you will see very quickly, I would say 15 to 20 laps there, who your drivers are who are overdriving the cars, because those tires, in a sense, they're gonna fall off, and quick. We're going to mix things up a little bit here, and seems like the camera selection here wants to show lots of love to Zachary Audit in that 40 machine tonight, but we got other drivers out on the track as well, and get some of those guys out there getting their laps in. Justin Harris in that 7 machine there, my apologies, from Mooresville, North Carolina. I am all too familiar with that area. Did a little bit of time there, and NASCAR Tech, learning about these awesome machines and how to build them. Fun little venture there. Got Christian Shriver of the 14 just behind him from Carlisle, Iowa. He's another good one. He also races currently in our truck series. Definitely one to watch out on the track here. Do apologize, Justin Harris here. He is brand new, so I don't know much about him or his driving style. And looks like him and Christian Shriver there getting into it a little bit. Kyle Simmons in the 74 machine from Kalamazoo currently has the 7th fastest time out on the track tonight.
You come follow me, buddy. Get better.
Gunnar Fix out there in that 71 machine, throwing down some practice laps, trying to improve his lap times a little bit. He's looking to get some comfortability out on the track. I don't think he's looking to pull off a win here, but as he gets sideways and into the wall there, just clipped the 74 machine of Kyle Simmons there. And we got Ricky in that 11 machine. He's been another fun one to watch in these recruitment races and even the preseason races. I feel like he's definitely going to be one to watch for. I do believe that is going to do it there for our practice session. So as I said, they'll have about 5 minutes of open qual here, or excuse me, apologize, lone qualifier. So not going to be much going on around the track here. We will focus on a couple of drivers as they come out and look to put some good laps in. Hopefully come out on top with the fastest time. We will leave the tower up there for you so we can stay posted on who has the fastest qualifying time and get an idea of roughly what our grid's going to look like before we put the final grid up and show you where everybody stands. So we take a look here. Looks like Christian Shriver had the fastest time out there on the track tonight for practice. So see if he can hold on to that in qualifying. Oh, that 7 machine getting a little sideways out there. I am excited to see how things go tonight during this race. I think these guys have been amped up after the long break between the end of Christmas and New Year's, having about roughly a week and a half to 2 weeks off. Most of these guys are just itching to get out on the track and hopefully bring in some good points for the season opener and see how things shake up after this first race here. And see who takes lead early on in points. And it's definitely going to be interesting. 20 week season. It will stretch out a little longer than that. but the regular season is 20 weeks, so there will be 5 races consecutively, 1 week after the other. And every 5 races, these guys will get a week off to kind of recuperate, review footage, look at things, and see where mistakes were made, where they could possibly improve, those kind of things, and make them good and prepared for the next showing. Always room to improve out there, for sure. And it's a lot of times it's things that you don't think about during the race, which is why it's always good to go back and watch the footage, and you'd be surprised at how much you can learn from watching yourself out there on the track, and fine-tune some adjustments, and wind up saving yourself a couple of seconds, or in some cases more than that. So I do believe, for the most part here, I want to say that everyone has roughly gotten in their 2 laps. It doesn't appear that anyone else is out on the track. So we should be wrapping up qualifying here shortly. Give these guys a little chance here to catch their breath, and getting ready for these 125 exciting laps out here. Definitely going to keep the fingers crossed that there aren't too many cautions. Too many cautions on a short track, even though it's not a lot of distance to cover, it can really stretch the race out and make it last way longer than it needs to. Of course, throughout the race, you will have driver comms out there, and be able to hear some of these guys communicate, and hopefully we don't wind up with too much smack talk tonight. A little bit's alright, but we don't want a whole lot. And it looks like our drivers are gridding up here. And it looks like Christian Shriver had the fastest time during qualifying, so he will start with that first place position there on pole. Justin Harrison second, Stephen Gall in third, Billy Brewer in fourth, Kyle Simmons in that
All right, guys,
74
good
machine
qualifying out there.
on
a good
fifth
show.
spot.
Everything
Brent
was looking
Thompson in
pretty decent.
sixth, Ricky in the 11 machine in seventh, Aaron Vogt in that 2 car, 22
Good luck,
paint scheme,
everyone.
mind you, in eighth position there. Zachary Audit in ninth,
Yes,
Doyle
good luck,
Boyd
and remember,
in
stage
10th,
caution will come out on lap
Joseph
53
Thibodeau in
going
that 8
into
machine
64.
in 11th place, and Gunnar Fix in 12th in that 71 machine there. So we will get that
I don't know
off
how
the
I feel about
screen.
following a car with a skid mark down its trunk.
I'll change it next race.
Just kidding.
As we get our tower back up here and get ready to go racing. Get this thing underway.
Just the race car.
I really wanted my gentleman's club paint scheme, but
You can kind of gauge here, looking at these the grid lap here, just about how much room these guys have got on the track. It doesn't really do it much justice as it would looking at it from cockpit view, but they got some room to work with out there, but it's still easy for mistakes to be made out here on a track like this, especially with 13 drivers out there. Roughly, actually, it looks like 12, because I don't think one, no, he is out. He did not make grid. As we go green flag racing here. Get started off so far, clean in the turn. Couple of 2 and 3 wides I see there just from the start. Shriver's still holding down that first position as they cross into lap 2. If it stays like this, we'll be in good shape. But I do see these guys getting competitive. There will be a halfway stage at lap 63 going into 64. So these guys are still running with the, oh, got sideways back there. That was the 25 car of Stephen Gall, if I'm not mistaken. But he saved it, kept it straight. But as I was saying, the stage caution will be lap 63 going into 64. They are still running with a 30% fuel cap and 2 sets of tires in the pits, a 3 total with the set that's on the car. 30% fuel cap here at this small track. I believe the estimated laps for a tank of fuel was about 90, so we may or may not see some green flag pit stops here. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I do know that's what was reported at the last practice this week that they had, so it's almost the full race. Not quite, but it will get them through to the stage and then filling up at the stage. Oh, got a spin out there by the 25 and the 00. Got into his.
I'll go to the back.
Got into his bumper and just like that, he's owning the mistake there, letting race control know that that was on him. And
Hey, firm, good on you, bud. I appreciate that.
as you can hear, race control there, commending
Will
him
it,
for
will it just
speaking
let me
up on
go
that
right
one.
to the back right now, or give them a penalty if I drop back? Oh, okay, perfect.
All right, so that will be a EOL or end of line penalty there for the 25 as he drops back to the rear of the pack there. Get everybody in
25 moving to the
position.
back, guys.
Get this thing ready to go back
think we're good to
green.
go on the
First
green.
caution of the race. Early on in, I don't believe we've made it 10 laps yet, so
Yeah, I'm in a chat with
I
him
knew
anyway, so already.
I knew
apologize,
that I knew that we'd see one. I wasn't sure it would be this early on.
He's already been cussed at. Yeah, good to go.
So hopefully things will settle in here and we'll get back to some green flag racing. Main thing you're going to see these guys come in the pit for is going to be tires for sure. I look to see a lot of them change out those tires pretty regularly just because of how these turns are. They're doing about 80, 85 in the turns, coming out the straights just over 100, and then dropping back down to about 80-ish miles an hour back into the turn every time they come through. So that's a lot of throttle and a lot of brake back and forth. So between that and the weight of the car there going into the turn, tires wear down pretty quickly. So interesting to see how that will play a factor in this. You'll notice several of these guys most likely going to get slower round lap 20 to 30. You'll probably start seeing a difference. We can even get you up their dashboard here, kind of show you what the speeds are looking like. The pace car is off and we are about to be going back green here on the leader, which is the 7 of Justin Harris. And as they round the turn, right through here, you see the 40 machine there kind of getting up on the bumper of the 7, trying to make a pass early on. Looks like he may have, well, I don't think Harris is going to give it up to him that easy. He's going to have to fight for that position for sure. As we see the old traditional scheme back there of that 2 machine
Put me in the van.
of Aaron Vogt. Looking at Brent Thompson here in the 45 machine. You see the speeds there as we swap through. Just over 100 there on the straights and then right back down to 80 in the turns. So you gotta definitely watch the throttle and brake there. And too much brake is not good either. Brake bias is, I imagine, a A lot of these guys are probably running with the front brake biased around 70, 60, maybe even 50. Don't want too much there. In a sense, you kind of use the brake to point that nose in toward the turn.
Oh, I saw that coming.
40 getting a little sideways there as Justin Harris just nearly misses his car, and we are back under caution here.
71, that one was on.
Looks like the 71 machine there most likely caused that one. Let's have a look here at our instant replay. Yeah, he got into the 25 there and lost control, bumping into the 00 and taking out the 11. Unfortunate there for the 71.
71, that one was on.
So the 71 machine there of Gunner Fix will be getting a EOL, or end of line penalty. I believe he's already toward the back anyhow, so that most likely won't affect him much. Not that there's ever a convenient time for an EOL, but definitely doesn't sting as bad when you're already kind of toward the back of the pack there, as much as it would if you were up there with the 14 or the 7 in their positions and you caught an EOL. That would definitely sting a lot more. But the 71, he's learning. He's new. Hasn't even been on iRacing for a month now. He is one of our youngest members at the ripe age of 13. So it's always interesting to see him getting out here that young. I've been working with him a bit myself and trying to help him get a little better. He's got some support from some of the other drivers in the league here that are more experienced. Have also offered up their time to him to try to help him learn the ropes. And speaking with him earlier this week, the biggest issue he's having is just being comfortable with the other cars on the track. He gets a little wrapped up and worried about messing folks up, and he doesn't want to do that to anybody. So he's got to get over that, though. It's racing. It's going to happen. One point or another, you're gonna take a few people out, at whether you're trying to or not, and sometimes you just get caught up in their stuff too. So it's the nature of the beast. As we're under our third caution of this race so far. Hopefully things clean up a little bit and get a majority of these laps knocked out, at least make it back to the halfway stage there would be great. Some of that is definitely easier said than done, though, I will say. We are going to take away the dashboard now. And put a little bit smaller of a driver box up there so you know who the camera is looking at there with their respective name and number. As we roll into lap 19 of 125, so picking up some speed now and switching gears, so to speak, and it looks like the 71 is coming in wild there, brushing up against the side of the 11 machine. It's going to have to back that down a little bit, or we're going to be under caution again. Real easy to get out there, though, and have that urge to just want to get up front, but there's a way to go about it, and it looks like the 40 of Zachary Audit there. He's giving a little bit of bump and shove out there on the track tonight. As he shoots to the outside, trying to get around that 45 of Brent Thompson. Just gets the nose out past the hood a little bit. It looks like Brent's going to come back in for it. And they are about as even nose to nose as it gets there. 40 sliding a little bit. Thompson slides in there, jump back out in front. Kyle Simmons of the 74 machine right behind Zachary Audit in that 40. Christian Shriver still up there in second, right behind Justin Harris in the 7 machine. Come into the next turn. Looks like Shriver and Harris there, they're running a tight-knit race there. Oh, Lord, and the 40 spins the 45 of Brent Thompson
That's
out.
on me.
Third place position, if that's what it's found to be, he will definitely be getting an EOL. And that's the sting I was talking about early, ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't like me run that bottom, huh?
Third place catching an EOL, that hurts, man.
I'm gonna pit and put myself in here, Josh.
Handful.
All right, our fourth caution of the evening here.
Just misjudged him getting back in the throttle.
It happens. No worries.
The 40 of Audit there, saying he misjudged the 45 of Brent Thompson getting back into the throttle. Thought he was going to give it gas sooner than what he did, and he didn't. Caused him to get into the bumper there. It's the thing about these short track races, though, sometimes it's better to be patient. Going from third to the back of the pack is definitely not how you want to do it. Let alone running the risk of damaging the car and having to take repairs in the pits. These guys do get one fast repair, which allows them to pit and receive instant repairs, so they don't have to wait time. But after that fast repair is gone, it's on you to wait on repairs at that point. You either drive the car beat up, or you let your crew chief do his thing and get that car back into tip-top shape. But that can take minutes. I've had pit stops last doing repairs anywhere from as short as 17 seconds to 30 seconds, and upward ends close to 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is a race ender. You're not coming back from a 30-minute repair, and most of the time the crew chief will just flat out tell you we're done. You might as well get out the car. There's no chance in us going back out there and bringing this thing back at all. So you ran what you ran, and that
I gotta
just
come around you, Ricky.
that just be the end of it. So we see the formation kind of lining up. Everybody's in double file, and we are going back green this time around. Lap 27 of 125, so just under 100 laps to go. Interesting to see how this one shapes up, as Justin Harris in that 7 machine is back up in first place, with Christian Shriver right there close to him in second. And it looks like Kyle Simmons in the 74 machine is going to try to sneak his way on up in there, with Billy Brewer and the 00 not far behind him there. 25 of Stephen Gall coming up on him. 40 has made his way back up as they come around the next turn here. Shriver and Harris hanging close together there. Shriver right on his bumper, just 0.02 of a second right behind him, which is not a lot of time there. Got to be careful though. Looks like Shriver's doing a great job with that.
That was good.
Keeping the right amount of distance there. Making sure not to get too far into the bumper of that 7 machine. Let's switch things up a little bit. I'm going to close my mouth for a few minutes, and we are going to listen to the inside of these cars a little bit. I'm sure y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk. I will join you back up here in the booth here shortly. Give you a few
Sorry,
minutes
Billy,
of
I
some
was-
noise out on the track.
You alright, no harm.
Just a reminder for those that wasn't in the driver's meeting, he'll be on the outside line, so you pass him on the inside. He's just trying to get some experience under his belt.
As you can see there, he's Billy Brewer in the 00 getting a little slippery out there. I told you you'd start seeing that around lap 20 to 30, and we're at lap 37. So all these guys that haven't pitted and took tires or any of that, you're starting to see some of that here. Running that line real perfect there though, coming to the inside in the turns and then right back out to the outside. Looks like Shriver has taken over that number 7 machine up in first place. I do believe I think it would be a fair bet to say that the 7 machine is kind of pacing itself as well as Brewer here in the 00, trying to not cause more tire wear than necessary. They can make it to that halfway
What are
caution.
you doing, 40, man? I'm giving you a lane. I can't go any lower. I don't know why you're driving like that, but it's been the whole time.
Take us back to the outside of the cars here. Sounds like a couple of the 25 there of Stephen Gall getting a little frustrated with the number 40 driver there of Zachary Audit.
I think Brent put a bunch of magnets on my car.
Feel the power of the dark side.
Couple of drivers there cracking some jokes. Love it. Always makes it a little more fun. That 40 machine, he's trying to gain in close there on the 74 of Kyle Simmons. Getting a little close to the bumper there. Getting right in it there in that turn. 74 getting a little squirrely out there. That tire wear is a real thing, I'm telling you. As the 40 machine shoots in on the inside around 74. Now he's trying to gain on Billy Brewer of the 00. And I have no idea. I see some of the viewer comments coming in through the live feed there. I'm not real sure who may have done that. Not even sure if that's the case. I feel like he's just out there driving aggressive tonight, trying to rub elbows with folks and gaining some positions is my guess. We had a pretty uneventful drivers meeting.
Competition caution after this.
Well, it depends on how many cautions you cause.
Oh, little smack talk going on out there.
Yeah, affirmative. We'll still have the caution as of right now. We're on lap 44.
Race control
so
trying his best to keep things neutral out there and not entertain the sidebar comments. And you can definitely understand the frustration of some of the drivers, though. It's some of these guys, their cars look all right and not a lot of damage, and you got
Mr.
some
Boyd,
out there
hate
that
to do it to you, sir, but cause a caution for that one, EOL.
as you hear race control there give out an EOL to Mr. Boyd in the 001. I'm hoping that soon you guys will
45. Only
get to
time I've
meet
seen
him
it, but
eventually in a
just
driver's
on my
interview
screen.
post race, because that is one of the most humble dudes you'll ever meet.
No damn blinking. Yeah, it looks a little weird. It's probably under caution.
Always
My
a
brother might be
always a
logging on
good
or
chat
something
chatting
weird.
with Mr. Boyd. Such a little laid back, chill dude. He also races in the truck series as well, so if you didn't get enough of him out here on the track tonight, be sure to check him out on the broadcast over at Speed Zone TV when the truck series takes back to the track this Saturday at Charlotte
My
Oval.
connection's been good all day. I hope it don't start blinking. Let me know if I start blinking out, though. I will get out of the way.
Drivers letting Brent Thompson of the 45 machine there
A few times so far. I've noticed it twice, other than the
know
time
that he's got a little bit of
Stephen
netcode
just
going
mentioned there.
on, disappearing and coming on the track again. I believe our flag man was a bit confused there on that flag wave. Looked like he was more so holding it up than he was waving it.
How y'all doing?
I turned the people off. I turned my graphics down. What have I got to do? Damn it.
Remember,
I think you need to jump off and reset it.
As
Yep.
we get ready to go back to green flag racing here with
Ricky,
Shriver
wait
back
for
in
that
the
one.
first position. Harris in the 7 machine on the outside there. Your first and second place leaders as they jump it and go. Shriver establishing a little bit of a gap early on. I don't believe anybody went, oh, the 00. Nice save there. Got sideways and kind of went into the side of
good
Kyle
save, buddy.
Simmons in the 74, but you hear Simmons there telling him good save. That was an excellent save. You won't catch that happening too many times. I think after he gets done here tonight, he should probably go and get him a
I think I banged my funny bones together.
lottery ticket. I do believe we just had another incident there.
Zach, dude, I don't know why you race like that. All race, man, and then you just run right through me. Come on,
And
man.
that was enough to trigger the caution. So
Yeah,
this is
dude,
our
Zach, you gotta
6th
chill out,
caution of
man.
the evening. Let's go back and look
I
at
think
that
that was
replay
net-
real quick. As we kind of take you through and see what happened here. See the 40 there behind the 25 of Stephen Gall. They're coming into the turn here, and it looks like the bumper of the 40 is going to get right underneath the 25 as he spins him out. Ooh, making contact with Ricky in the 11 there. That was not a good looking impact for the 25 there.
Banged my funny bones together.
Eesh.
Zach, dude, I don't know why you race like that. All race, man, and then you just run right through me. Come on, man.
Yeah, dude, Zach, you got to chill out, man.
A couple of the drivers there
I think that
telling
was
him.
net code. Josh, go back and look at it.
Correct. There was no point of that.
See what
Hit cars and backstrut.
race
No,
control
Zach,
has to
I'm
say.
sorry. You've been argy-bargy all evening, dude. Yeah, Zach, that one was on you, pal. Your car didn't disappear at all. I didn't see any net code.
So it looks like
All right, look, boys, I'm gonna try to be as kind of as nice and frank as I can as a driver and as a racer and a person to you guys, but just think if you're wanting to go hard right now,
Lug it out.
caution coming up, so you have plenty of time when that caution comes out to get your spot situated from pit road, some tires, and some fuel, and pretty much from there, then race it out. And instead of thinking short-term game, long-term loss, think long-term game, short-term loss. It's about as best as I can really say as a driver to you guys. Try and make this, as clean and competitive as we can get. Justin and I have been doing it all night. When he ran hard, I waited, then I got ahead, then he waited, and then he came back and fought hard. So we haven't really touched it all. So that's just something I just want to say just to the league real quick.
Some excellent words of wisdom there from Christian
and
Shriver of
y'all
the
take a
14
look
machine.
At my car when you come by. I've been driving conservatively and just kind of taking it easy, and my car is beat to crap because I keep getting run over.
Hate to bring you into my discussion and argument there, Justin. Sorry about that, man.
All good, buddy. Been fun.
It's not hard to let off and race clean, not drive through people. That's just how I feel. Is what it is.
Couple of drivers out there a little frustrated with how the 40 is driving tonight. As we see, the pace car is off now, and we're getting ready to go back green flag racing with Christian Shriver in that 14 machine and Justin Harris in that 7 still up front. See if they can make something happen. Lap 54, 125. Here we go. We do still have the halfway stage caution, to my knowledge, that will not be getting canceled due to the recent caution here, the 7th caution of the evening. So we see the 11 machine there of Ricky, Kyle Simmons in the 74, Zachary Audit back on his heels again in that 40 machine as he goes down to the inside, makes a clean pass on Kyle Simmons, and now he's behind Brewer in the 00 there. Looks like a little bit of door banging going on. He's definitely racing that 40 machine hard out there tonight. It's not really a secret. He's had, 2 EOL penalties now tonight, and he, every time he battles right back up toward them top 3 positions, so he's definitely pushing her hard out there tonight, getting a little sideways there in the turn. Looks like he saved it. Now he's gotten into the corner there of the 00 of Brewer. Gonna have to watch that out. He's not making many friends out there tonight, it doesn't sound like. May come back to bite him in the butt later on in future races. Ooh, the 45 looked like he got a little sideways there, but saved it. Brewer getting sideways again into the side of the 40. Couldn't quite tell if that was due to contact with 40 first or how that went down just from the camera angle there. Brewer dropping back a couple of places behind Kyle Simmons in the 74 now. Audit in that 40 machine is now up to 4th position. Shriver and Harris are still up front, having them a real close battle. Those guys have been definitely up there running real clean here. Brewer in that 00 getting a little sideways again. That rear keeps trying to come out from under him. No, same thing with Kyle Simmons in the 74. That tire wear, these guys are going to be happy to have a stage caution here shortly. Hopefully go in and get some fresh tires. We'll be checking that out and seeing just how many go in.
Just go buy me 11. I'm a lap down. There's no point in racing. So caution.
Thank you.
Voice audio there of Stephen Gall in the 25 machine to the number 11 machine of Ricky, telling him just go ahead and go by me.
Go ahead, Billy.
He had a very valid point, though. The stage caution is getting ready to come out. Not much point here in fighting for position, because now stage caution coming into play as it just did. The lineup
Cars in 1 and 2.
the lineup will be determined on pit strategy here. Who gets in and gets out of pits the fastest?
All right, gents, we made it through the first half. Get freshened up and finish up the second half.
Audit there in the 40 machine, just driving through the pit boxes. I'm surprised that race control didn't catch on to that. You're supposed to stay to the right in pit lane. It's in the rule books. Each one of these drivers have to read those rule books and make
Like
sure
87 on my right front, my right rear on that one, and 80% on the right rear.
they know what's expected of them. Definitely not a fair play move out on the track.
I had 82 on right rear, 90 on the front.
Yeah, Tarek stayed better than I did, although I did smack that wall a little bit late.
So the 8 of Thibodeau there going to stay out during the caution, it looks like, possibly. 45 of Brent Thompson now coming out of the pits with several other drivers behind him.
No way, just lost a lap there?
Yep. That's why you gotta look at your road. That's why I pitted and didn't take all my fuel. I pitted the cautions before, so I got the same amount of fuel. Less fuel on this side.
Got a couple of drivers out there trying to figure out what it is that happened. A couple of them went lap down, leaving them scratching their head a little bit. As we get ready to go green flag again with Thibodeau in that 8 machine as your leader and Zachary Audit up there in that 40 in the second place. We'll see what happens as they round the corner, because the pace car is off and we are back to green. Leader controls the restarts there, so it was on the number 8 machine as 40 just kind of looked like he might have got into the side of the number 8. Oh Lord, we got us a collision here. That is definitely going to bring out a caution.
I've got to wreck the guy when you're a lot down.
Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away.
Let's go back and take a look at that here. Not entirely sure what happened there. We're going to watch this in slow-mo. So we see him entering the turn here. I know that the 001 of Boyd there was involved, but I'm not certain that he was the cause of it. I feel like he may have just gotten wrapped up. Let's see as we go forward. It looks like him and the 8 machine there. The 8 machine come up into him. Boyd had nowhere to go. Collected the 14 of Shriver in with him, and Ricky in the 11. Took out a couple of them in that one.
I've got to wreck the guy when you're a lot down.
Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away.
So our 10th caution of the evening tonight. I'd kind of hoped that with this being
I'm surprised mine's not got a meatball yet.
you have to expect cautions at short tracks. I mean, it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna get jammed up somewhere, and usually when it happens, it collects a few people with it. But I did not have 10 cautions within the first 70 laps on the bingo card for this one tonight. I was hoping that we would keep it more so around 5 or 6, maybe.
8 minutes are required for me.
Yeah, Brent Thompson letting the other drivers know he's got about 8 minutes worth of repairs, and this late in the race, right after the stage, 8 minutes of repairs. That's
Car
good.
8, that calls a caution to be on you, pal. POL.
It the 8 there was definitely ruled on that one as he come up into the 001. But 8 minutes of repairs, if it's not enough to end the race, it definitely puts you quite a bit of laps down. So, I mean, at this point, do you stay in for the fun of it, or do you just go on ahead and take your bow, so to speak? Audit is now leading this one. First place with the Stephen Gall and the 25 machine there in second, as they will be the 2 up front to get this one started. Got quite a few drivers here that are a lap down. I do believe that stage caution might have got them messed up in this one, as we did have a few drivers stay out and make that extra lap around before coming into the pits, and they still had plenty of time to get back up with the pack, so it put a lot of those guys a lap down. Pretty effective strategy there. I will say we don't tend to see that one happen too much, but it definitely did happen, and that was the end result. So our top 4 competitors there that you're seeing on the screen, they are all on the current lap, so they don't really have to much worry about the guys behind them. Even if they get past, it's not going to affect their position much, because those guys are just simply fighting for their lap back. As we get back to green here, Zachary Audit establishing the lead early on. The 11 machine of Ricky there looks like he may have gone in the pits and maybe got some damage taken care of, because doesn't look like his front end is as bad as it was before. The 74 of Kyle Simmons there, right behind him. Christian Shriver in that 14 machine behind him, trying to get himself back up front after that nasty little collision there between the 001 and the 8 machine. I feel like the no, not tonight. The 45 machine, I feel like he had a lot more left in the tank, and he didn't get to get it all out tonight. Hopefully that fares better for him next race. I enjoy. He's one I love watching out on the track too, because I tell you what, man, he's pretty fun to watch. If you guys tuned into the truck races that we had in the truck series on the dirt tracks, that was quite interesting. And Brent Thompson in that 45 machine, and a couple of these guys, Doyle Boyd in the 001 being one, I'm telling you, they put on a show out there on that dirt track. It was definitely impressive to watch, especially considering that those trucks aren't made for that. I tell you what, though, they got out there and made it happen. As we roll into lap 80 now of 125, so almost at the conclusion of this one. If we can keep it green flag racing the rest of the way, we probably got about 20 minutes or so of race left, maybe. Just depending on how these guys drive, and don't want to sound like I'm putting anyone down here, but with the 40 having the lead that he's got up there, he doesn't really have anyone to rub elbows with back there because he's out front. So we may finish this thing on green flag. It's just that 40 machine's been quite aggressive tonight, and hopefully, you know, in future races and races to come, he tones that down a little bit and kind of finds his groove. I mean, you know, racing is a competitive sport. We all understand that, and sometimes there's going to be some door banging, and rubbing's racing, right? I've heard that since I was a kid. But to the level that he's kind of been running tonight, I'm not exactly sure it's the best strategy. So I feel like some of these drivers, they're only going to take so much of that. Second in the 4x4 Off-Road Extreme Championship
Aaron, I'm
tonight.
gonna say hi.
That's what I'm talking about. Way to go, man. Way to go. So we are on lap 85 now of 125. Shriver has made his way back up to 5th place. Still a lap down, though. He's going to have to definitely make something happen with that to get that lap back, so that
I got anything for you, man.
he can be back in contention. Otherwise, he's not going to have anything for that number 40 machine. That the collision earlier with the 8 car getting into the 001 car definitely hindered Shriver there, putting him that lap down. He has quickly gained on Zachary Audit. And it's not looking like it's going to take too much for him to get around that 40 car and get that lap back. But then comes the feat of battling back up the pack a second time to try to make those positions count, as he makes the move on the inside there just as coming out of the turn, and he has passed, and he is now back on that lead lap. He's just got to hold on to it.
Crap.
He is doing a job with
really
it
had
for
a
sure.
fight to get that lap back.
Do believe we had a caution come out there. Not all bad news for Shriver in the 14 machine, though. That puts him back on the lead lap by the time he makes it around the track again and back up to the end of the pack there. He will definitely be back up with those guys. Let's see what triggered our caution here. Looks like Aaron Vogt in that 22 machine may have had some issue here. Let's take a look and see. It's kind of out with himself, though. Let's rewind that back some. We see him in the 11 machine there, but there's a nice, oh, I see. So the 22 machine got a little sideways and had a spin out. That was enough to trigger a caution because this is a short track. Incidents like that. If we would have stayed green flag racing, you already see that the 40 machine was already rounding the turn there, so it could have caused a bigger issue for all these drivers. So that was the reason for that. No issues there.
Really had a fight to get that lap back.
At least no one got tangled up in this, and it was a lone car incident, so we can handle that Great news for Shriver in the 14 machine, though. This could potentially make it easy for him to now advance position while most of the other drivers are still down that lap. He will get to essentially line up, I do believe, ahead of these guys. He will move toward the first car that is a lap down. So not all bad news there with that caution. The 12th caution of the night. This has definitely been an action-packed race for sure, with plenty of incidents and hiccups. Next week's venture will be at Southern National Motorsports Park, so another short track. I'm not all familiar with that track. I don't believe I have ever run it. I have ran race control for it, but I don't think I have ever run it. So I don't have a lot of info from personal experience on that track. I do know it is a short track. I do believe it is shorter than this track. So if things go out there next week, kind of how they've gone tonight, could be another caution-riddled race with more caution laps than race laps here. So definitely be an interesting one to see. Bear with me a moment here while we get everybody lined up, getting ready to go back green. I will take a look at the schedule for these guys, because I know it's Southern National. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown here on. Yes, it will be Southern National on January 14th, which will be the second week of this season. I want to say the lap count is the same as it was for this race, so it'll be another 125 lap race. Yes, that's correct. 125 laps at Southern National, so hopefully things go a little better with that race than they have with this one. I'm sure there will probably be a hefty drivers meeting for the next race next week at Southern National. Sure that there will be a lot that will be talked about and discussed. More so a good little pep talk, I would like to think. For the most part, all of these guys out here, they've been running really well, minus the few hiccups we've had here and there, but this one is almost in the books for sure. We're on lap 95 of 125. So far, so good. Don't want to hold our breath here, though. We're liable to... Yep. 00, good save there. Excellent save by the 00. And he's still kind of getting a little sideways there as the 74 machine of Kyle Simmons bounces off the wall and immediately rebounds towards that 00 as he's losing it. Luckily, those two did not collide. Things kept pretty smooth. Keeps us green flag.
0, that was a clean save, my friend.
Race control letting the 00 machine there know.
I think I need to start playing in the dirt track world, because holy shit.
Did I couldn't tell what happened there. Did my back end drift up?
28 laps to go. We're under caution again for the 13th caution tonight. I know I saw somebody hit the wall there.
But there's a coming to.
Let's take a look and see what happened here. Looks like it was involving Joseph Thibodeau of the number 8 car, as he's side by side with the number 11 of Ricky. Across the finish line there. 22 machines right behind him. Looks like the 8 machine got a little loose there. Didn't touch anybody, but he definitely got loose. Oh, I don't want to speak too soon. Nope, the 22 dodges it, and up in the wall he goes. Looks like Zachary Audit also had a little bit of an incident too, and that could potentially be why the 8 started to get a little loose there. Looked like he might have been trying to dodge that 40 car. Not entirely sure what happened here. As we watch the replay here, looks like the 7 of Justin Harris kind of got into the quarter panel of that 40 machine. Let's look at this one from a different view, though. Can't really make out exactly what happened there. Let's look at it from this angle. As they come into the turn here. Looks like a pretty even mix there of the 40 getting into the 7 and the 7 getting into him, causing that spin out there as the 7 moves on up. So 2, oh,
I'm
yeah.
starting to think I need to start playing in the dirt track world, because holy shit.
Looks like the 8 machine there.
Did I get into? I couldn't tell what happened there. Did my back end drift up?
Just shit, man.
But
Like
there's
that.
a common denominator here, and you chop my nose off, so.
I still think so.
A little bit of smack talk going on and blame game happening.
Guys, I'm looking at the replay right now, and this one's going to go down as a racing incident because it kind of looks like y'all came into each other. 7, you came up a little bit before you were coming down, so it's kind of too close to tell. I'll review it again after the race, but for now it's a racing incident.
Yeah,
What about the 74 dumping me into the wall?
Yeah, I was curious about that because I didn't know as well. Yeah.
Yeah, let me check it. I'm going through everything now.
race control trying to go through. It's a little difficult when you've got multiple incidents happening on the same caution lap to determine who was where and who did what. It's a lot of information to try to track down. Not exactly as easy as going back and watching a incident log there 5 seconds before the incident happened. Some of that stuff requires a little more in-depth looking into, so I expect race control will most likely extend the caution lap by another lap or two.
That was not intentional, by the way. I didn't know if I had drifted up there. We were getting squirrely on the inside, so sorry about that either way.
Hey, Steven, how's the front of my car look?
It doesn't look too bad to what I can see. Just like a little dent, but not horrible.
Your right side front fender is caved in. Your left side's okay. But other than that, I mean, it's still drivable.
A little bit of damage assessment going on out there on the track as we wait
Kind of kidding around.
for the final
It is
call
drivable. It really
from
isn't
race
hard to do
control.
You can, number 2, you can go ahead.
It looked kind of to me like the 8 of Thibodeau there.
74, are you referring to incident between you and 8?
Hey, I'm supposed to be on the outside over there. Number 2.
Yeah, I was just more curious than anything because I'm not upset either way. I was just wondering if that was me because I wanted to apologize and accept all.
Yeah, affirmed it. I'm looking at it now. That's the one I wanted to make sure I had right. Yeah, you went up high. He was holding his line there and you kind of came up high into him.
Dang it. Sorry, buddy.
Well, I stand corrected. The 74 machine of Kyle Simmons there. He did get into the 8 of Thibodeau. I was looking back at the replay there. Granted, we didn't go back too far into it because we took the few extra minutes to figure out what happened to the number 40 machine as well. But apparently the 74 of Simmons did get a little into the 8 of Thibodeau. So got that situation rectified. An EOL would not have mattered in that situation because Simmons was already at the back of the pack there. Did manage to get himself back on the lead lap, probably by a lucky dog or one candidate. The first candidate to go a lap down gets awarded the lucky dog and is able to pass the pack on a caution and get back on at least get one lap back. If it puts them back on the lead lap, then great. If not, then they got to hope for another lucky dog next time around and hope that no one else goes a lap down, because if they do, it'll most likely be that person who gets it. So 20 laps to go in this one as we kind of take a look back toward the back of the pack there. As we jump back to the front here, now Shriver is back up there with Justin Harris in that 7 machine, and looks like Zachary Audit is getting into the rear of him a little bit there. Back to the aggressive driving style. 40 machine getting a little sideways there. 18 laps to go. Looks like the 40 machine is definitely hell-bent on getting up there in that first place position. I don't know that he's going to have an easy time getting it from Justin Harris, though. Between him and Shriver, those two have been fighting hard for that position tonight. Looks like Shriver, see him getting a little bit of a drift going on out there on the track. Gonna have to be cautious on that one. Wear those tires out quick. As Audit tries to gain some more on the 7 of Justin Harris again. Closing the gap ever so slightly, just 0.02 of a second there behind him. Now staying right at around 0.02 of a second. Kind of slowed up some there as Shriver and the 14 machine and the 25 of Stephen Gall are kind of packing together a little bit there. A little bit of a gap there between Shriver and Audit, though, as he tries to continue to catch up to the 7 machine of Justin Harris. Everybody, for the most part, keeping their distance there, and it looks like Audit has gotten around the 7 machine there. I want to just focus in on that leader position. As these two are now side by side, as Audit tries to hold on to that first place lead there. So far, looks to be like he's done it cleanly. 7 of Justin Harris getting a little sideways there, slowing him down just a bit, not much. May give him what he needs to kind of gather himself a bit, and hopefully he can close that gap up. Shriver's creeping in now on the 7 machine of Harris. Things are kind of tightening up towards the front there. 12 laps to go in this one. Looks like the most exciting part about this race tonight is going to be toward the end here, final 10 laps, because you can definitely see that they want that 40 machine. Don't forget, too, while we are winding down, 10 laps to go at the conclusion of the race. If our top 3 positions would like to give a post-race interview tonight, we will have them available for you. We thought we had one standing by last week, and turns out they were, my apologies, the week before. I'm kind of messed up on my time as well, having almost 2 weeks off from a race happening. So possibly have an interview tonight, maybe 3. Looks like Harris of that 7 machine, he is not letting up at all. As we round out to 7 laps to go, coming up on the finish line here. Audit putting back a little bit of a gap there between he and the 7 of Harris. Harris tightening it back up now, trying to get in on that bumper of the 40 machine. Let's check out 7 getting in on him there. Almost touching bumpers there for a minute. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of wall bumping going on now. Looks like it was enough for Audit to establish a little bit more of a gap there, but Shriver's now moving in.
Them 4. I got a brake that's dragging the whole racetrack, so if you come up on me, it's going around.
That was the number 2 of
Yeah, I want to
Vogt
watch you guys battle.
on the in-game comms there, letting those guys know to go around him. He's dragging a brake, and that's never a good sign as the 40 gets a little squirrely there with the 14 of Shriver. Shriver holding his line though, coming up on the inside there, just enough to get the nose past, and it looks like 40's going to try to door bang him a little bit. Shriver's not phased though. He keeps the car out there as the 40 gets into his rear a little bit, trying to spin him out, and now they are door banging the snot out of each other out there. We want it to be competitive by all means, but that's a little excessive there. Could potentially cost someone the race too, like that. Shriver hitting the wall there. That 40, man, he is not out there to play nice tonight. As he's got the 25 of Stephen Gall and the 7 of Justin Harris trying to close back in on him with just 2 laps to go, and we are officially on the white flag lap this time around. I tell you what, I don't believe the 40 machine is out here trying to make friends tonight. Looked like he is strictly out there for the win.
All right, on to next week.
As he takes it on first place in the season opener at Myrtle Beach tonight. What a battle. Justin Harris of the number 7 machine.
About that, Joseph. My bad, man.
Justin Harris in the number 7 machine taking home second. Stephen Gall in that 25 machine back there on third. Shriver in fourth.
Good run there, Harris. I was trying to stay off you when you and the 40 were trying to tangle up, and then when I started tangling with the 40, I just didn't have enough time to catch back up and didn't want to ruin either you or the other 25's race there, so it was a good race with all of us.
A little bit of words there on the in-car comms from the 40 machine.
It was fun.
As we check the
Good job, guys. Good job.
the transfer room of the broadcast booth, it does not appear that we have anyone waiting here, so I believe that is going to pretty much do it for us here tonight. As you see the results here, that's qualifying. My apologies, I'm a little bit behind the curve here. Let me get the right results up. I'll get it together eventually. You guys cut me a break. It's been a long night. Zachary Audit taking that first place there in the 40 machine. Justin Harris second. Stephen Gall third. Christian Shriver in fourth. Billy Brewer in fifth. Kyle Simmons in the 6th place. Ricky in the 11 machine in 7th. Aaron Vogt in the number 2 machine, 8th place. Joseph Thibodeau in 9th. Doyle Boyd in 10th. Brent Thompson in 11th. Gunner in 12th.
I
And
mean, Christian, that door check going down the back straightaway
the other
wasn't
Joseph
needed.
Thibodeau
That's why I raced you the way I did.
never made it into it tonight. So let's take a look real quick before we head out of here. We'll look at our points again here. We'll get some of these other things off the screen here. So as you're looking at the screen there, we got the points previously before tonight's race, and then we have our current points after this one. Looks like Zachary Audit is moving up in the standings to first place with 55 points. Christian Shriver is right behind him closely with 53 points. Aaron Vogt with 44. Stephen Gall with 39 in fourth place of the standings. Kyle Simmons in fifth with 38. Justin Harris, first night out, didn't participate in any of the preseason races, so no bonus points were awarded to him, and he's jumping straight out there with 35 points on the board, first night out. Billy Brewer, 34. Ricky in that 11 machine with 32. Doyle Boyd with 31. Brent Thompson with 30. Joseph Thibodeau in the 8 machine also with 30. Drops down a couple of places. And Gunnar Fix with 27. And Drew Holleran with 2. So, current championship standings right there. So not a bad way to start the season for some of these guys, but man, what a close standing right there between Zachary Audit and Christian Shriver. 2 points, man. That not saying it will. I'm not calling anything or any predictions, but that could easily change next week, excuse me. I'm thinking of Truck Series racing. That could easily change next week. I mean, you know, the difference between first and second place is 5 points. First place gets 40 and second gets 35, and then every place below second is minus one consecutive point each time. So any of these guys could really shake things up, but Shriver right now, between Shriver and Aaron Vogt, that number 2 machine, it's really any one of these guys' game, really. I mean, the points are so close. It's the first race, so anything can definitely happen. So, well, we thank everyone for joining us again for another night of action-packed racing. We hope that you'll join us again next week as the guys head to Southern National Motorsports for another 125-lap short-track race. And I think it's going to be an interesting one. I hope, fingers crossed, that a little less caution than what we had here tonight. But either way, those last 10 to 12 laps were definitely some exciting racing. The guys were giving it all they had. A little bit of dirty play going on. I don't think that's going to last too long in the league. Drivers are going to take note of that, and they're going to know that every time this guy comes around, it's one you're going to have to watch out for, and that usually doesn't fare well because tensions start getting high, emotions get crazy, and stuff happens. So we thank you again for joining us, and hope y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Tune in next Thursday for the next one, and we'll see you then.